Okay, I want to start out Matthew 24, and I know I haven't done the Lord's Prayer and all these. But if you are truly seeking the Lord, please pray for me to continue to do His will. It's not easy to do these things and to prophesy and to do stuff in today's time. It's very hard because, especially if you perceive thoughts like I do, you get people's thoughts and it's hard to continue. That's why it was hard for me to continue this at the wall or at the Guidestones where I started this at. It was hard for me because when you perceive thoughts and people are mocking you and making fun of you, it's hard for you to continue. I'm new at stepping out, doing this stuff, and it's very hard. There's a lot of darts that come at you. There was a lot of darts that come at me even before I started doing this because I was using my gifts the way the Lord led me to before on individual levels. It was easier that way to me because I only had the one person to do with. This way I have everybody that might potentially watch this to deal with, and it's very hard. And I don't want to mislead anybody. I don't want to be deceptive. I just want to tell you the truth of the Word of God. I just want to tell you my testimony, if the Lord leads me to, and that is my truth that He has led me into, and I just want you to be set free. Because I was set free, I want you free. Now, let's go back and recap just a little. Matthew 24. I'm going to recap. I'm looking for, because I've got a different Bible today than I had the other day. So I'm looking for my spot. Yes, right here. Let's recap verse 14, 24, 14 in Matthew. And this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations, and then shall the end come. This gospel, that's this book right here. This gospel. And you're not in the kingdom of heaven unless you're in the covenant of the Lord. There's the truth. And I got news for you, Gentiles. I got news for you, Jews. It's the same God. Jesus is the same God. Father Abraham's God is my God. That's Jesus. I love Father Abraham. He's my descendant from long, long ago. And I can't wait to meet him in person in the kingdom. And anyways, the end will come once this gospel goes out. And these videos go into every nation. And the translators are on there for them to use, so that people can understand. I can't speak your language, but your translator will put my words into your language. So I hope you will understand this. Jesus loves you. He's God. He's the creator of all things, and He can heal you. But anyways, let's get on into this. I don't want to get into all that again. If the Lord wants me to do that, I'll do that in a separate video. But I want to do this Matthew 24 now and get this finished. When ye therefore shall see the abomination of desolation spoken of by Daniel the prophet, standing in a holy place. Now, the abomination of desolation that Daniel spoke of, Y'all know who that is, right? That's the Antichrist. When you see the Antichrist standing in a place where he ought not, that's standing in the holy place, that's the holy temple of God, God's temple. Now, yes, this has a more than one meaning, because we are the temples of God. But there is also that holy temple in Jerusalem, right? And when you see the abomination of desolation standing there and declares himself to be God, that's what this is speaking about. It says, he who readeth, whoso readeth, let him understand. That's what I'm trying to point out to you right here, right now. You got to pray for spiritual wisdom. You don't have to accept what I say. You don't have to accept how I'm explaining it. Pray about it and let the Spirit of God lead you. Seek Him for yourself and He will lead you into the truth about it. Then let them which be in Judea flee into the mountains. Let him which is on the housetop not come down to take anything out of his house. Neither let him which is in the field return back to take his clothes. See, it pays to be ready and watching, because if you do, you're going to be prepared when this time comes. You're going to have your little go back ready, if you're smart. But see, if you're in the fields working, you can't have that go back, so it pays to have one stashed out by your field somewhere in a place too, doesn't it? A little knowledge and wisdom there. At least one outfit or something, you know, for everybody that's in your family. Stash somewhere that you can get to it easily. And woe unto them that are with child, and to them that give suck in those days. There's a lot of you that just gave birth. You're going to see a lot of woes. I'm sorry. It's what it is. It is what it is. Don't forget to look up these references as you see them. I'll close in on that a little and let you see them. Give you a moment there. Pause this if you need to, write them down. Go back and look these things up. It will help with the understanding of this stuff. But pray ye that your flight be not in the winter, neither on the Sabbath day. I've been praying that. I've been praying like Luke 21:36 says, that I should be found worthy to escape these things which come. For then shall, now see, this is after the abomination of desolation stands up. Tribulation doesn't begin until he stands up in this holy place and declares himself to be God. But pray that, for, and this is verse 21, for then shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the world began, or since the beginning of the world, rather, to this time. No, nor ever shall be. There's not going to be a tribulation like this again. There's going to be a great tribulation time when he stands up. It's going to be terrible. What is that? That's a war, right? A terrible war. Like never seen before. Yeah. Destruction, destruction, destruction. And except those days should be shortened, there shall no flesh be saved. Doesn't say saved alive, people. It said there should be no flesh saved. That means you won't be saved. But for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened. For those chosen by God, He is going to shorten the days. That doesn't mean the length of the days. That means how many are left. And He's going to do that because the beast is pushing hard. And he did things in a deceitful way, and he's hurt a lot of people, and he's lying and deceitful, and so God has to get His out. For there shall arise false Christs and false prophets, and shall show great signs and wonders, inasmuch that if it were possible, they shall deceive the very elect. Well, let me tell you something. It has been very possible, because even the elect have been deceived, and you took the mark. You were deceived, and you took this pharmaceutical stuff into your temple. Pop, 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 right in your shoulder. All of us did these VAXs since childhood. In my generation, well, most did anyway. And it said He calls us all, great and small, even children, to take them. Why would children need to take a microchip to control a bank account? They wouldn't. Wisdom and knowledge, people, there's nowhere in this book. I have studied it. For the last 2 years, I have studied it nonstop to find out the truth about that. There's nowhere in this book where it teaches that that mark will be a microchip. There's nowhere in this book that it teaches that that mark will even be visible at all. You forget about the other mark, though. What about the seal of Jesus? It's not visible either, but it is on our foreheads. Don't forget that mark. Because if you got that mark, that's all you need to worry about, is getting the mark and the seal of Jesus. It overrides anything else. But if you commit blasphemy, you're done. If you keep railing against the Holy Ghost, that's blasphemy. Then you're done. Don't do that. Behold, I have told you before. Now this is Jesus Himself saying this. See the red writing? This is Jesus Himself saying this. Behold, I have told you before. Wherefore, if they shall say unto you, Behold, He is in the desert, go not forth. Behold, He is in the secret chamber, believe it not. For as lightning cometh out of the east, and shineth unto the west, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. It didn't say which section of the east. It didn't say which country of the east. It just said out of the east. For wheresoever the carcass is, there will the eagles be gathered together. And immediately after tribulation of those days shall the sun be darkened, and the moon shall not give her light. And the stars shall fall from heaven, and the powers of the heavens shall be shaken. And then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in the heaven. Then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in the heaven. Everybody keeps saying that 2017 this sign already appeared. No, it didn't. No, it didn't. Jesus doesn't lie. He's God. He cannot lie. And if that had happened already, you know what that means? That means tribulation is already over. That means the end of tribulation was in 2017. Y'all keep trying to say that, but you're not using your smarts at all. You're not studying, and you're not applying spiritual wisdom to this spiritual book. Well, I'm telling you spiritual wisdom now, and yes, I'm speaking it sternly, because he said, to rebuke and exhort that which be not sound doctrine. And that's exactly what I'm doing now. Because when he tells his angels to do this, they will do this without fail. And I am, and I will. I am a son of God. I will do as my Father commands me. That's why I hear his voice, because I am a son of God. I don't care if you believe me or not. Just don't get in my way. Anyways, immediately after the tribulation of those days, this happens. And verse 30 says, and then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in the heaven. And then shall all the tribes of the earth mourn. And they shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds of heaven with power and great glory. I wanted you to really take the time to digest this there for a minute and give you time to pause or whatever you need to get those references. Trying to let you get those references. I hope you are. Pause it if you need to get them. Sorry about that. I had to pause long enough to use my hand to turn the page. Now, verse 31. And he shall send his angels with a great sound of a trumpet. And they shall gather together his elect from the four winds, from one end of heaven to the other. Oh boy. Guess where we're at? It's a message of the kingdom, right? He's sending his angels to gather together his elect from one end of heaven to the other. Why do you think it says it that way? Now learn a parable of the fig tree. When his branch is yet tender and putteth forth leaves, you know that summer is nigh. So likewise, ye, when ye shall see all these things, know that it is near, even at the door. That means when you see all those signs that I just read, that I read before. Let's go back for a second. We'll come back over here in just a moment. We're going to go back over here for a second. We're going to go back over here, and we're going to kind of jump back into, where is it? Yeah. Right here. I want you to see this. This is still 24. This is the signs. When you see all these things coming, you know the time is nigh. These are all converging together as one. For many shall come in my name, saying, I am the Christ, and shall deceive many. And ye shall hear of wars, and rumors of wars. Ye shall see that ye be not in trouble, for these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. For nation shall rise against nation. See, it tells you that the war will come. And the kingdom shall rise against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places. We are seeing all that take place together now, all at once. All at once, not one thing at a time, not a few here or there, but we're seeing all this convergence, converging together as one. These are the beginning of sorrows. Yes, they are, because tribulation's about to begin, and the war, the great war, these nations coming against this spiritual war. Spiritual war is going to lead to fleshly war. Because man is not going to want to believe these things. They don't believe this Word of God. They don't believe God. And because they don't believe God, they're going to seek to destroy them that do. They're already doing that. They're already rising. The Antichrist system is rising. He wants his own little world. He wants his own way. And this is rising. The Bible is being fulfilled. These things are happening. I've been posting this stuff on my Facebook. What did the 46 say the other day? On the 21st at 7 o'clock, almost 7 o'clock, he did a speech. And he said it's a new world order out there, right? New world order out there. That's the beast system. That's the new world order. They're rising. He's telling you. He has to continue for a short space. And then he will be moved out of the way for the other one. Read the book of Daniel. Read the book of Revelation. Come on. Apply some wisdom. But you got to get in the covenant to really understand this stuff. You got to really seek it. You got to seek it. You got to want that knowledge more than you want anything. And you got to really dig deep. Dig deep, dig, 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 dig. You got to seek it, seek it, seek it. Be Bereans. Seek it out. Now, to get back over here, to try to finish this. So likewise, when ye shall see, verse 33, so likewise, when ye shall see all these things, know that it is near, even at the door. Even at the doors. That means Jesus is coming, children. Get ready. Verily, I say unto you, this generation shall not pass till all these things be fulfilled. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, this is the fig tree generation. Right now, Israel is 73 years old. The end of that generation is in May. And it says, it shall not. Verily I say unto you, this generation shall not pass till all these things be fulfilled. That's the things I just read to you. That's the war. All that has to be fulfilled by May. Jesus cannot lie. Guess what's coming, children? The big bomb's about to be dropped. It's just about home time. Yep. I can see my Father standing at the door. This world's been a wilderness, and I'm ready for deliverance. Lord, I've never been this homesick before. I can see the bright light shine. It's just about home time. And that's the truth. It's just about home time. And I have never been this homesick before. So, we're out of time. And if you're not ready, I'm sorry. I really am. But for the elect's sake, we gotta go. Because angels are fallen. They're fallen because they're here to do this job and get you home. And they're here and they're fallen because they're not waking up. They fell in love with this present world. And they made it their home because they were asleep so long. And they're not waking up. We gotta go. We gotta go. We're out of time. We gotta go. Because the fig tree generation is wrapping up. Heaven and earth shall not pass away. Heaven and earth shall pass away. Get my words is jumbled here in my brain. Heaven and earth shall pass away, but my word shall not pass away. His word shall not pass away. So if you're hidden in this word, His word shall not pass away. But of that day and hour knoweth no man. No, not the angels of heaven, but the Father only. The Father only. And Jesus is one with his Father. He said, I and my Father are one. We are one with him. Now, if he knows it and he wants us to know, he'll tell us when. But he said, no man knoweth. Yep. But of that day and that hour, no man. He didn't say no. That Jesus, right there, it says no man knoweth. No man, no, not the angels of heaven even. You know why? Because they're fallen. You couldn't take a chance on that information getting into the wrong angel's hands. Because this is a rescue. And how can they rescue us if the enemy knows what's up? You people that have military minds that are in the military should understand that. When you do a rescue mission to get somebody out of somewhere, you don't tell the enemy you're coming, right? You just go. Zing in, zing out, right? Zip, zap, zoom. But as the days of Noah were, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. For as in the days that were before the flood, that were before the flood now. Put this in your little mind. Imagine back to Noah's day, before the flood, They were mocking him and scoffing him. They were eating and drinking and marrying and giving in marriage until the day Noah entered the ark. See, he kept trying to tell them, though, even though they scoffed him, just like I'm trying to tell you now. And a lot of you's been scoffing me. You didn't want to believe. Well, it's just like that right now. You don't want to believe that the horizon is about to be lit up by a bomb, but it's going to be. You don't want to believe those God stones are going to come down, but they're going to come down. The hand of God is going to take them down. You wait and see. Those things are going to be poof, gone. I mean, he's God. If he wanted to, he could evaporate them into thin air. He created that stone. But they're going to be made rubble. He's going to make them rubble. They're going to come down. Boom, gone. Those God stones in Georgia is what I'm talking about. Jesus is going to smash them to smithereens. Poof. They're going to be gone. They're going to come down. Not one stone left upon another, right? Those are graven images. He's going to set an example. He wants man to do what's right. Now, let's see here. Where was I? Oh, yes, verse 36. And knew not until the flood came and took them all away. So shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. Then shall two be in the field. The one shall be taken, and the other left. Two women shall be grinding at the mill. The one shall be taken, and the other left. Watch therefore, for ye know not what hour your Lord doeth come. Yeah, for all you know, he could already be here talking to you right now, and you wouldn't know, because you're not watching for him. He may have spoken to you many times already, just in a form you didn't expect. He's God. He can come in any form he wants. Some of you have been smiting him a lot lately, because he came to you in a form you didn't expect. How else does he try the hearts of man? I love you, sons of God. I wish you had listened. Wish you had stayed in your word and followed the instructions you were supposed to. Anyways, back to this, verse 43. But know this, that if the good man of the house had known in what watch the thief would come, he would have watched and would not have suffered his house to have been broken up. Think about that. If you hadn't been so wrapped up in the world and loving your life, you wouldn't have taken the mark. You would have been expecting it. And you would have realized what it was before it came. Think about it. If you had been listening to Jesus' plea with you in your heart, you would have been ready. Therefore, be you also ready, for in such an hour as you think not. See, everybody told me when I started telling them this was the last days. No, it's not. No, it's not. Was an hour you think not, wasn't it? For in an hour you think not, the Son of Man cometh. Whom then is a faithful and wise servant, whom his Lord hath made ruler over his household, to give them meat in due season? Blessed is the servant whom his Lord, when he cometh, shall find so doing. Did Jesus find you so doing, or did he find you slipping into the woods and taking a little nip off the bottle? Or did he find you lusting in your heart after another man's wife? Or did he find you lusting in your heart after another woman's husband? Or did he find you in your heart lusting after another woman and you a woman? Gross. Or did he find you lusting after another man and you